Hey everybody, Hake Hardware here, and in this video we're going to go over how to create a multi-OS boot drive using Ventoy. So Ventoy allows you to format a USB drive where there's a partition that you can just transfer over and as many ISO files as you want. And as far as I can tell, most operating systems are supported. I've used this for Windows 11, I've used this for Ubuntu, Debian, the list is really large for supported operating systems, and there is an option with the USB drive where you can allow for secure boot as well. So we'll kind of go over that once we get a little bit further in the video. But I do have the official website linked here, but when we get to the downloads, which we're going to do right now, it also goes to the official website. So we'll go ahead and click that because the first step is going to be to download the Linux tar.gz file, and this will redirect you to SourceForge. Click the same one again, and the download should start. So once that finishes downloading, what we're going to do is just extract it and then move into that folder. So I'm going to bring up the terminal here, and I'll keep it in the foreground, and then in the background I am going over the wiki instructions, so you'll just see me typing the commands. And this will be linked in the description of the video if you want some written instructions as well. So once downloaded, we can extract it, and I'm going to be extracting it to my home drive. You can extract it to wherever you want. So I'm going to do tar-xvf, and it's going to be my downloads, and it'll be that tar.gz, and then we'll do -c. So this is going to be basically where we're going to extract it to, and the tilde/ will be the home directory. All right, so it is now extracted. If I do ls, we can see Ventoy down here, and let's just go into that directory. We can actually just do cd, and we're gonna have some files in here. And what we're gonna want to do is, well, we should really identify the USB drive next. So, but we have a bunch of files in here. We have like Ventoy 2 disk, um, some scripts in here, but for now, we're only going to figure out which drive we're going to do. So if I usually do lsblk. This is actually a drive, USB drive that I was using just for Ubuntu server. So I'm actually going to do sudo umount dev sda1. Let's just make sure. Okay, that was unmounted, so I'm just going to wipe this real quick. All right, so now we have no more partitions listed for that. So that's going to be the drive that I'm going to use. For you, it might be something different, so don't just wipe SDA. If you might have SDB, SDC, just make sure one of the easiest ways, if you're not sure what drive, is to just unplug the USB drive, look for what disks you have, plug it back in, and whichever one that shows up is going to be your USB drive. But most of the time, they're like much smaller than your actual operating system drives. So for me, it's going to be SDA. So just make sure you're changing that in the instructions for whatever it is on your computer. And the steps that I did, just the wipe fs -a with dev SDA, that's how I typically prepare the drives. That just wipes everything off the disk and gets it ready for whatever you're going to install. I don't know if that's the best way, but that is the way that I've been doing it for a long time now. So now we're going to run the script in the folder with the target being the USB drive that you're going to be putting Ventoy on. So we'll do sudo sh ventoy2disk.sh -i for installation dev sda. And it's going to give you, so of course, the model, so I can see very well that this is my SanDisk USB drive, 28 gigabytes on dev sda. Am I sure that I want to proceed? Yes. Am I really sure? Yes, I'm really sure. So what it's going to do is format the disk so that there's two partitions. SDA1 will be where I can put my ISOs. So if I do lsblk, we can see the larger partition here is SDA1, and that's 28 gigs. So basically the whole thing. There's only a smaller SDA2 partition here that's 32 megabytes. That one, do not transfer files to. You can put all the ISOs that your heart desires onto the SDA1. So that's actually what we're going to do. So now we can, let me just get down a little bit further. So let's create a mount point for this SDA1. So sudo make dir, and you can mount it wherever you want if you have a specific place. But I'm going to do it at mount/USB. And then again, we're going to mount just the first partition, so SDA1. So sudo mount dev SDA1, and we're going to do it to mount USB. And we should be able to just do lsblk, and we can see that it has been mounted. So now we can transfer files to it. So we'll do sudo copy uh, downloads, and then I believe I have Debian. So we're going to copy that over, and our target, of course, is going to be mount/USB. And we're going to, that was pretty quick. So if we do ls -l mount USB, we can see we have this ISO on our USB drive. Now we can unmount it, but you can continue to copy more. So actually, do I have, I think I might have more. Let's copy over Ubuntu too. So we'll do sudo copy. It's going to be a little bit longer. Ubuntu mount USB. And so this one will take a little bit longer. All right, and then so well that actually that was really quick. I'm surprised that it transferred that fast. I'm slightly skeptical that it actually transferred that fast, but yeah, it looks like maybe it did. Let's now test this out. So we can unmount it. So sudo umount dev sda1. This might take a moment. And then what I'm going to do, because I don't have a way to really share my boot screen for just like a computer that I have, I can actually show this in Proxmox. So I'm going to have to put this into the Proxmox computer that I've been using. And let's get that set up. So we've got, actually we'll do a direct link here. Let's get into Proxmox. And I've created this test USB. I actually need to remove the existing USB drive because that is a different one. So you can actually pass through a USB drive. Let me just close the shell because we don't need the shell anymore. In Proxmox, and if you create a VM, you can create it without any installation media. So I don't even need this. So let's just remove the CD-ROM drive. And you can actually just pass through a USB drive. So if you wanted to, you could use your Ventoy multi-boot disk with your Proxmox VMs, which I don't really recommend it, but for this video it was great because I could actually show the what we basically created because I can share the boot screen with you. It takes a little while to unmount this drive for some reason, so I'm going to just pause this video and I'll come back once it's unmounted and then we can pick up from there. All right, we are back. The disk is unmounted, so I'm actually just going to run one more command. This is probably optional, but I like to do sudo eject dev sda, and then that makes sure that the USB drive is ejected. So let me close that. I'm going to grab the USB drive here, and we're going to put this into our Proxmox host, and let's see if we can get this added. So we'll do add USB device vendor and SanDisk. So that's going to be it. We'll click add and I can go to the console here, boot it up. Then I didn't click it quick enough. So we'll just do reboot. Yes. Escape for boot. Yes, okay, so I had to hit escape for the boot menu real quick. Actually, a better way of doing this is really what you can do in options is you can go to boot order, check USB, and put it at the top. Um, it's probably going to be upset at me because I have the VM running. Uh, yeah, it can't do anything, but it's because the VM is running. So let's come back in here. We're just going to choose 3, and here we go. So we have the 2 ISO images that we put on the drive, and we can just click whichever one we want. Let's do Debian. I'm going to boot in normal mode, but I'm not 100% sure what grub2 mode is. I'm sure it's in the documentation. And then, yeah, memdisk, file checksum, but we're just going to do normal. And there we go. So we could do graphical install, and we could go through the installation process just as we normally would for our operating system. So I find it to be a much better way of doing boot drives because it's just so easy and it's so nice to have all of my operating systems on a single drive. All right, let's see if we have anything else. Oh yeah, if you ever need to update it, like let's say there's a new version, you basically just follow the same directions. It's not going to wipe your ISO files. It's just going to update Ventoy itself on that other partition. So updating, same process, just run that script with the target of your USB drive and you should be good. So that'll be it for this video. Hopefully it was helpful. I love this tool and feel free to like the video and subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.